Welcome back to the channel. Today more Starfield content, 5 things that we all are probably gonna do day one of playing Starfield. Thank you all for your continued support over these Starfield videos. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to play this game and release more footage, but I am giving the game away. Link down below in the video description and also linked in the comments, so go and check that out too and enter the competition. Now, first and foremost, one of the things I'm going to do personally, and I don't know whether this is going to be the same for everyone in the world, but when I get to like my first new planet, not technically one where like there's a big city or something where the quest takes you, but my first new free unique planet, if it's got vegetation and stuff anyway, I'm going to land on it and I'm going to pick a direction and I'm just going to run for 30 minutes straight just to kind of get the scale of how a planet feels. You know, how far can you get in those 30 minutes? What will you find along the way? What kind of monster aliens things are you going to see? Are you going to find enemy AI to fight and kill? You're going to find secret loot, secret caves, all of these things that the game probably isn't really just showing you right now, things that are going to be hidden and different on every planet, and just search and search and search just to see if I can find anything specific that I could make a video on. Now, I know that everything in this game is procedural generated with the developers adding stuff to those planets, so technically if I was to run through a planet and find like a secret loot cave, then everyone else who plays the game might not get that secret loot cave in the same place as I have it. But I would still make a video on it because there might be some people who have a very similar planet build to mine, but who knows. But I'm very excited to see the scale of the planet, what it feels like, what it looks like, how many different biomes there are, you know, what kind of trees, how does it change as you go through different sections of the planet. So I'm just going to get off my ship and I'm just going to run for 30 minutes straight. I might even record it, who knows. Secondly, and I really hope to God any character type can actually pickpocket, or do you have to have a specific background in stealth and pickpocketing to make it even a possibility? I do hope that any character can do it, but with the right perks and stuff, you do it easier and better. Because what I want to do is not have to take the stealth options, but be able to pickpocket someone day one, just seeing how much I can steal of people and if there's anything of worth on people that you can actually steal from, stuff that actually benefits you and impacts your game. And I feel like, you know, you really want to test the waters on how far you can actually push it before you get caught and thrown in jail. I feel like pickpocketing and stealth and stuff is going to be such a fun aspect of this game. I personally won't be doing it on my first run through, but definitely day one, I'm going to find like a lone little guard, NPC guard who's just off to the side on his own, and I'm going to try and pickpocket him and just see if I can take something off him and run away. Because I think, you know, it's going to be very, very fun to see like what different NPCs have available to you. And I'm genuinely wondering, if I have an NPC in a big city and someone else has that same NPC, will it have the same items on them? Because with everything being procedurally generated, they might have different inventories from game to game. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what you can do and what you can achieve with pickpocketing, how far you can take it, and how easy it gets with more perks and backgrounds and traits and stuff. Because I feel like, you know, a second character run pure stealth is going to be incredible. Next up, and I think everyone's going to do this because it's a fun aspect of RPGs and Bethesda games in general, and that's to just go to any city and try to absolutely kill and murder everyone and fight everything you can until you either die or get caught and locked up in prison. Because I feel that's like a rite of passage when it comes to these types of games, to see how far you can make it killing an entire city before you get taken down. One thing that I'm interested in with this game as well is if you can kind of set up traps. So like if you look at Baldur's Gate and some of the videos that are coming out of that, people put explosive barrels throughout the entire city, set it on fire, and the whole city just blows up. I wonder if there's anything akin to that in this game too, where you could set up like little traps that set each other off and then just stand on one side of the city, hit it, and just watch everything go crazy. Or if there's going to be any way you can kind of like get in your ship and attack a city and like fire at it from space or the sky or whatever, just absolutely bombard them with all the weapons that you've got on your ship and then see what happens. Because imagine they've got like a police force, let's say, that also have their own ships and come chasing after you, and you go from planet to planet trying to escape them. And I feel like you could get a lot of content out of starting that within a city where you just start killing people and just see what happens. And I think everyone's going to do it, and I'll be very surprised if nobody tries it at least. Next up, I really want to see what building has to offer in this game, but I know that probably myself and everyone else is going to make their first outpost with barely any materials whatsoever. And we're going to try anyway to make an outpost and probably end up with just like 2 little buildings next to each other, because I mean, the building and crafting and like the snap map type thing looks incredible, and it looks like so easy to do and so fun. But I feel like for the more advanced things in an outpost and to make your outpost bigger and more impactful to your game, you're going to need a lot of materials to build the stuff that you need. So I'm very interested to see, especially on day one, what kind of outposts people can actually build. Can they get to a point where they've got enough materials to make something pretty significant and amazing? And then think about further down the line in 6 months from now, what can people build? Like, building looks incredible, but I think for day one, you're going to see a lot of 2 building outposts because you're like, oh yeah, I want to try this out, but I don't really have any materials for it. And then you'll spend an hour probably getting materials and then end up with an extra 1 building. But I'm very excited for building. I can't wait to see how it progresses and how much you can actually do the further you get into the game. And last but not least, get really annoyed with space combat, because if any space combat game is to go by in recent history, it's very difficult to dogfight, and it doesn't feel as great or as smooth as you would like it to feel, and sometimes it can be quite complex and complicated too. This game looks like it has a fairly good fighting systems in space, but you can also particularly aim at very specific parts of ships that you're trying to attack. So maybe you can hit their engines and stop them so you can board. And I feel like everyone is going to be trying to want to do that because it's such an exciting, pivotal like moment in the game of being able to like go and rob someone's ship or something. Like, it's something completely unique and different to everything else you expect the game to be until that point. Because at that point, you're just doing quests, you're just meeting people, you're going and checking out planets and stuff. And then you get to this extra level where it's like, okay, now I'm becoming a badass, I'm becoming a bit stronger, I'm going to go and take down this ship. And that's where space combat comes in. So I really hope they have it down to feel really nice and comfortable in terms of how you fight and just the experience of it as a whole, because I am highly put off with bad aiming mechanics when it comes to space combat. This game looks like they've got a good handle on it, but obviously until you play it and feel it, you just don't know what it's going to be like. And then I guess there's an extra little bit of, you'll also get frustrated at the space combat if it's not as good as you want it to be. So it's just kind of like a 2-pointer first day experience you're probably going to have. I really hope I'm not ending up frustrated with space combat because it looks fun and I really want it to be a huge part of the experience, which it will be whether or not it's good or not. Oh God, please let it be good. Please let it be good. Please let it be good. And that's a little bonus point. Spending too much time in a character creation, spending about an hour and a half trying to build your perfect character, only to realize that you probably never see your own face in a game. So it just seems pretty pointless to make characters unless you can look in a mirror maybe and see yourself. Who knows? But nah, character creation on this game does look fun. I'm not going to spend too much time in it because it's something I get very trapped in when I start making characters on a new game. And I just want to get in and play the game and enjoy it. So I feel like I'm just going to either do a random character, if they've got a randomize option, which I assume they do, or just a very quick little bang, let's put this on, let's put that on, let's put this on, and then spend a little bit more time in my backgrounds and traits. But other than that, I think I'm going to try and aim for about half an hour maximum in the character creation. And that's it. That's all the points I've got for what day one is probably going to be like for most people. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Do you think any of these things are going to be true of you? What do you think you're going to do on day one that is funny or unique or just pointless or silly? Let me know down below, and the giveaways down there too. So yeah, thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.